Investing is actually simple. Let me tell you why. If you only invest in the world's top performing companies and just pick the specific companies that are undervalued, spread your investments across different sectors and different countries, then you are very likely to make money because the economy is built to grow. So today I chose 3 underrated stocks to analyze, and if you just hold these stocks for the long term, you are very likely to make profits. So let's begin. And the first company on my list is Nike. As you can see, Nike dropped over 60% since 2021, which is a huge drop. Even if you compare it to former price action, we can see that the biggest drop ever was 76%, and that was only at the beginning of the company. So it's actually quite a no-brainer to buy after a drop like this. Because Nike, as you can see, it actually only goes up in the long run. You have some dips, but at the end it goes up because this is a major company, a very popular brand, as you know. And yeah, Nike has a very dominant position in the market. So ask yourself this question: will this company still be around in 5 to 10 years? If the answer is yes, then it might be a really good investment if it's down 60%. So in my opinion, this is a golden opportunity. Nike also offers a dividend yield of 2.33%, which is quite nice if you plan to hold it. And the financials are also continuously improving, as you can see in the table. As you can see, we're on same values now in pricing in 2025 as 2018. And when you compare the financials, you can see that the profit, the revenue, and the net incomes are way higher than in 2018. That's also a very important sign that this is a good opportunity. And then finally, the question, where or when should I buy? Well, in my opinion, we are approaching a very interesting region because this region here correlates with the top here of 2015, and we held this top until 2018. So that is a pretty important point. And once you broke the top, we made a beautiful retest as well. So yeah, this is a certain level. Um, yeah, I expect the price to have some reaction here. So after all, this would be a really interesting point to get in and start investing. And of course, it's no guarantee that we hold this point. So we can also go lower, but if we go lower, personally, I'll even buy more, like at the base of this impulse. This is also an interesting point. So yeah, that was it for Nike. Let's move on to stock number 2. Okay, guys, the second company I want to discuss is Disney. Disney has been dropping ever since 2021, and even though it was decreasing in price very drastically, the financials are really good because the profit increased and the revenue as well. So it's a really interesting opportunity to buy. Also, the company has been growing since a very long time, and to be specific, the company has been growing since 1968. So yeah, that's a very long time ago. So it would be very hard to imagine the company going down from this point on. So yeah, it's very likely that Disney will keep on growing over the coming years. So this is a pretty safe investment as well. And if we move on to technical analysis, we can see that Disney is actually moving inside of this ish range for a pretty long time now, over 10 years. So yeah, but it's holding the bottoms of the range, so that's a very positive sign. And it's also very interesting to buy it at the bottom of the range, of course. So if we zoom in a little bit, we can see that Disney is also now moving in this local range since May 22. So yeah, there are multiple scenarios on how to buy this. First, if we don't immediately gain this range, I might be more interested in a buy around the low of the range. So if you zoom in, yeah, around the start of this impulse. So this is an interesting buy box. But if we do gain this range first, it might be more interesting to buy it around here, in my opinion, to make the retest and the continuation to the upside. So yeah, that's because this is actually the last point that brought you to this impulse. So it might be really interesting to test this back once we gain this range. The last company I want to discuss is PepsiCo. I know you probably didn't expect a company like this, but it's actually a really solid investment because it's so safe. PepsiCo is such a massive player. It owns so many projects and the financials are going through a really stable growth, as you can see in this table. So I personally buy more of it after every correction. It isn't a stock with explosive growth, but the growth is really reliable, and holding the stock comes with dividend yielding 3.75%, which is amazing if you plan to hold it. The stock is now down 28%, so you can't even go wrong by buying it right now. But personally, I'll have my orders in this box because it's the start of the impulse that brought you all the way to the all-time high and it's still untested. So it would be very nice if you can come back here, continue this downtrend for a little while, and then here I have a lot of orders to be filled. And there's also a possibility that it even goes lower than this box. And if that happens, there's nothing to worry about as well. I'll just keep on buying more. So yeah, that's basically it for the video. I hope you learned something and enjoyed watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.